Other interesting political news, you have Shawn Fain, the president of the UAW, talking about going on strike with Kamala Harris. Because, of course. Now, this comes straight from the donkey's mouth. You got from Kamala HQ. It says, quote, UAW President Shawn Fain. When GM was on strike for 40 days, Trump is nowhere to be found. Yeah, of course. Why would he? You literally, they've been supporting the Democratic Party for decades. I'm talking about the UAW leadership and the political donations. Again, the individual members, yes, they do have people on the left, people on the right. But yeah, he talks about how Kamala Harris was on the picket line, standing with workers. I forgot the statistic. I actually reported about this whole strike. They're getting paid well more than minimum wage just to stand around and do nothing. It's a pretty sweet gig. Now, I usually say the video, they usually have to say things are infinitely to me, but in this case, maybe not so much. But you have Shawn Fain. Of course, he has little signs behind him saying, saving the American dream. Ironic that there's nothing more ironic than the UAW voting themselves out of a job. Because the UAW, again, got Biden elected, who is killing ICE engines, aka gasoline cars, which are the most profitable thing for the big three. The big three being Ford Motor Company, General Motors, and Chrysler. Again, in some instances, they do have revenue shares and profit shares with workers and employees. So now they're making less profitable EVs. Ford lost $132,000 per EV Q2. Again, they will get to a profit eventually. Most companies do. But they're losing a lot of money in those things. They require less rudimentary labor, simple labor to manufacture them. So the UAW is literally voting themselves out of a job. It's one of the most ironic things ever. So Shawn Fain has a poster behind him saying, save the American dream. You, sir, are voting to destroy the American dream. He also says, united for a strong contract. Yeah, the contract that was record profits while the companies are still, GM and Ford have a lot of long-term debt. We're talking, I think it was like 98 or $102 billion. It's a pretty penny. I should say a vintage pretty penny. And yeah, without too much further ado, let's go back to what does Shawn have to say?
2019, GM was on strike for 40 days. Donald Trump was nowhere to be found. Didn't say nothing, do nothing. Now let's look at Kamala Harris. 2019, you want to know where she was when GM was on strike for 40 days? She was on the picket line, standing there with them. She stood with workers on strike. You look at 2023 in our sit-down strike last year, our stand-up strike, and you look at what was going on with Lordstown workers under Trump got left behind. Their plant got closed in Ohio. Workers.
Yeah, why do they close plants again? Because they can't make a profit. There are a myriad of contributing factors, not just the cost of labor, also the EPA, also state taxes depending on where the factory is located. You also have payroll taxes. Manufacturing is very difficult in the United States, and the government is not making it easier. Yeah, sometimes they have to close these plants because they're losing them money left hand over fist.
Those are scattered all over the country, the GM plants. Under Biden and Harris and their administration, they went to work with us in bargaining to save a community in Belvedere, Illinois. Contrary to what.
Well, yeah, when you're getting paid, because again, where do all their millions of dollars in political donations go? Yeah, exactly. Democrat Party, overwhelming.
Trump says, through the IRA, the Biden-Harris administration created billions of dollars to encourage companies to locate battery work in the USA and to partner with unions in doing that. So they would be good paying jobs, standard setting jobs. You go back now in Lordstown, Ohio, where Trump left people behind and they were dispersed all over the country. Under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, workers are now transferring back to Lordstown because they can get a job at the Altium battery plant there. They're bringing people home that Trump left behind. And on top of that, like I said, Belvedere, Illinois, same story. That plant was left for dead. The Biden administration, Kamala Harris went to work with us to.
They also handed him out over $1 billion. Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? Coincidentally, in swing states, all these EV manufacturers got over $1 billion from the government, just to help them stay open. Some people might consider that a bribe to vote for you in the upcoming election. Certainly seems like a big incentive mechanism to me.
To find out what they could do, they got billions of dollars put in play to help save that community.
Yeah, from the government.
There's product going there. There's a battery plant going there. And so it's a tale of two stories here. Donald Trump represents the billionaire class and the corporate class, and Kamala Harris has a history and a track record of standing up with working class people. So makes the decision pretty easy for us.
Yeah, granted, communism, Marxism, Marxists usually don't read history books. I guess we shouldn't be too surprised they are so historically bad at history. But yeah, not so much, Shawn. Not so much. But maybe I'm alone in this assessment. Maybe the comment section is just filled with all people support. Again, this is directly from Kamala Harris's HQ. Maybe this is all support her. Maybe I'm the outlier. Maybe, probably not, but let's dive in. One of the top comments comes from Jay saying, wrong, Kamala was never in line. Sleepy Joe stood there for a photo op. Donald Trump was calling on the EV mandates to end so that auto workers can do their jobs and make more money. Trump did more for their strike to end than Harris or Biden ever did. Quit lying, getting 93 likes. Which, yep, those EV mandates are crippling American manufacturers. And again, consumers don't really want them on average. Megan GZ says Kamala is there for Americans, Donald is there for himself. 16 likes and 19 comments. Were they ratioed? Jay said, sure, she cares. She hasn't even said, like, Laken Riley's name, who was murdered and taken advantage, abused by illegals she let into the country, getting 6 likes. Here. She has a picture of Time Magazine with her on it saying the border czar, getting 16 likes. Ted Bear says, LMFAO, tell them about the girl, your fight against fossil fuels, mutilated children, gas and food prices, open border. People need to vote you losers out. Tell us about your plans. And 38 likes. Dennis and Barb says, not true. Donald Trump was easily found. He was on the golf course. And also got 38 likes. Gene says, bullcrap, Trump was there. Your leadership declined a meeting with him, getting 16 likes. True. UAW has done that before. Again, I don't know. I mean, Trump actually did reach out to the UAW to actually try to build relationships. And I mean, there's rumor that he's hoping to maybe get an endorsement, which I thought foolishly optimistic, but at least he made the gesture. You also have Thorne saying Democrats are much better allies to unions and labor, getting 19 likes. So 9 comments. Belarus responds saying, yet 75% of private sector union workers disagree with you and fully support Trump. This commie geek Fain is just brought on and paid for junior globalist. Kamala is I've never heard of this before. Right there, look up the Urban Dictionary. A brown prop? Oh, that was pop like a ice cream. Never mind. Who refused any independent questions from the media for months while Trump does it every day, getting 5 likes. DYL says, you know what helps the union workers more than standing in a picket line is a great economy, which they had under President Trump, getting 23 likes. Also, the average American made, what was it, $4,000 more under Trump than his predecessor? Just the average hardworking Americans were just fiscally speaking, just take away all emotions. Just look at your paychecks. I mean, life was better back then. Let's see here. The piano guy says, let's see the video of her on the picket line getting 11 likes. Jackie McCree says, Kamala is a woman of substance. She will make America great again. The fact check, there's not a fact check. Now, this may be true. She may be a woman of substance. I don't know what substances she is ingesting or has consumed. Allegedly, many to get where she is today. Let's see, were they ratioed though? Again, I got 4 likes. No, they were not ratioed by the number of likes, but the number of comments they were. Hunter X says Kamala's a DEI hire with a uber low IQ. Don't get twisted, getting 1 like. Let's see here. Unacceptable Charlotte says she's already had 3.5 years. Why hasn't she done anything yet? Getting 1 like. Good question. Let's see here. Jason says he seems nice and says Watchdog investigates UAW president Shawn Fain accused union of being uncooperative. Also under federal investigation. Again, we'll see what the actual ruling is for him allegedly breaking the laws and rules. Here, a couple Kamala Chameleon is trending, or a couple comments around that. Let's see here. So again, you do have some positive comments, but over, I'd say 65, maybe 70% are against Kamala Harris in this regard. Jessica says, nowhere to be found for his difficult questioning policy. It says Kamala Harris hiding from the media for 23 days, getting 7 likes. It'll be interesting. Maybe by the time the video is rendered and uploaded, maybe she'll already have many intellectual interviews giving her brilliant plans to help, turn everything around. I mean, probably not, but maybe. So not too surprised that, again, the UAW historically has been, in bed with Democrats for decades. Now, again, the average UAW member, I actually think they're going to go Trump. Because again, the average member was making more money, not just because it didn't have this crazy inflation when Trump was in office. But again, they're making more gas-powered vehicles, which again is much more profitable. There's a reason why like all these automotive manufacturers say they're going EV, but they're making billion-dollar investments in gas manufacturing because again, that's where an overwhelming majority of the profits come from. I mean, Ford Blue, that's the gas part of the company where you have the good old Ford Mustang, the real one with the 3 pedals, and a good old Ford F-250, 150, 350, 450 Banana Falcon, all trim levels. Well, that's where they're making all the profit. Again, the Ford EV division that lost billions. So, again, I think the average union member will vote for Trump. But let me know in the comments. Do you think it'll be a 50-50 split in the union? Or do you think it'll be even more in favor of Trump? Or do you think maybe I'm wrong? Do you think it'll be majority that are voting for Kamala and Walz in the end? Let me know in the comments. As always, it'll be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, giving me a thumbs up or thumbs down or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.